Now on Talking Solutions, want to welcome back a friend of ours, Stephanie Forbes from Nathan Adelson Hospice, the largest not-for-profit hospice in Southern Nevada. And hospice is not a place. Hospice is a service.
That's right.
You guys teach me stuff all the time. I appreciate it.
That's good.
Stephanie, you guys have a back-to-school drive going on.
We do, yeah.
I wouldn't think that Nathan Adelson Hospice would necessarily be involved with that, except you guys get involved with everything. So what's the deal? Who are we benefiting?
Our back-to-school drive has been going, I want to say, about 5 or 6 years. And really, it was started to help 2 schools in the community, Robert Taylor and Sunrise Acres, because we had the principal of Robert Taylor on our service many, many, many years ago. Our president and CEO, Carol Fisher, had made a promise to him that we would continue to support the school after his passing. That was really very important to Carol. And then we had branched it out when we realized that a lot of our families who are on service for hospice, their focus is the family member who's ill and not the children getting ready to go back to school. And so sort of like our Angel Tree Drive that we do at the end of the year for the holidays, we started a back to school drive where our social workers can nominate a family, and then kind of like Angel Tree where you put out tags for the different things that their families are asking for, and then mostly our employees take the tags. Sometimes other families who are visiting the hospice will take the tags and then bring in items for us to give to those families who are in need.
Stephanie Forbes is with us from Nathan Adelson Hospice. We're talking about the Back to School Drive. Is this also affiliated somewhat with the Families in Need program that NAH has going on?
Yeah, I would say so. You know, our Families in Need program is huge. You do whatever we can to support our families when they're dealing with probably something that's the worst possible scenario at any time in their life. So their focus is their loved one, and we're trying to make that a little bit easier with the drive. But even the Families in Need program, it's making sure that our families who need their rent paid for a month, need groceries, or need their energy bill paid or whatnot, we try to help them get through whatever the crisis could be at that moment. But then we want to work with them to make sure that they can help sustain themselves going forward so that we can continue to help as many families as we can.
These families are concentrating, as you mentioned, on the health and the needs of the person that they love who is involved in hospice. But meanwhile, life still goes on around you.
It does.
And so there are things you referred to, like we were talking with the Families in Need program, the rent, the groceries, whatever, to help them carry on. But specifically, knowing that school is starting so early this year.
That it is.
August 14th, I believe, is the date. So it's coming up fast. Back to school for kids is a big deal.
Yeah.
And for families with someone they care about being cared for by Nathan Adelson Hospice, that child's needs are not going to be as paramount as they should be.
Absolutely. And it's not the child's fault. It's not the caregiver's fault. It's just that their loved one who is sick needs all the attention and the care. And we just want to try to help take some of those stresses off those families.
Time is short.
Yes.
To get our kids ready for school.
Absolutely.
They need to have all the same backpacks, school supplies, clothing, whatever is needed to send them through those school doors for the first day of school and beyond.
Yeah.
So as part of Talking Solutions, what can we do to help you? It seems kind of obvious. It's going to be school supplies at this point in time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? We partnered with Godden Porsche and Godden Ford as well. They're our host facility for our wine tasting event that happens in October that benefits our Families in Need program. So the tie was natural. And we have locations throughout the valley where they can drop off supplies, whether it's our Swenson Street location, our Tenaya location, or even Godden Porsche and Godden Ford, any of those locations, and they can accept school supplies.
All the locations, links, and everything that you need for the Back to School Drive with Nathan Adelson Hospice on our Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of our interview today. So what we're looking at is everything a kid needs for school would be great to be donated.
Backpacks, pencils, crayons, markers, notebooks, folders. Everything's on sale everywhere you go right now.
I know. I buy stuff. I don't even need it, but I buy it so that when a back to school drive is happening, I can go, I got this.
Exactly.
And donate. If you ever have had the services of hospice, you know that when these angels have cared for your family or your loved one, that you always feel like you owe them a debt, certainly of gratitude, but also a way that you can help. And a great way to help out the Nathan Adelson Hospice Back to School Drive would be get those school supplies out. Go and drop them off at Godden Ford Porsche or any of the Nathan Adelson Hospice locations, all of which will be on our Talking Solutions Facebook page. Stephanie, other things people can do also to help Nathan Adelson Hospice?
We're always in need of volunteers, whether they want to work by the bedside with our patients or in their homes, or they want to work in the office, or even with special events. We're always looking for volunteers. And the best way to do that is to go on our website at nah.org. There's the volunteer application that you need to fill out. And then there's a pretty intensive volunteer training that all of our volunteers go through so that they really understand what they're getting into.
There's a place for everyone.
Absolutely. We're always in need of volunteers. My gosh, they make up a huge amount of money that the organization doesn't have to put out in expenditures for employees that our volunteers are doing. They're amazing, and we can't do what we do without them.
I don't think everyone understands just how much Nathan Adelson Hospice gives back in the way of uncompensated care.
Yeah.
You don't turn people away.
No, as a nonprofit hospice, we never turn anybody away regardless of their ability to pay as long as they live within Southern Nevada. So we're always in need of donations to our uncompensated care program, monetary donations, our Families in Need program. We just have so many programs. We're always looking for donations, whether it's sponsorship of an event or leaving us in your will or your estate, just attending one of our events and seeing what we're doing in the community, or making a donation in memory of a loved one or a friend.
You meet really nice people at Nathan Adelson Hospice events. I know, like the wine and food tasting at God and Porsche. Great event.
I can't believe it's coming up already. It's October 12th this year.
I'm going to get you back in here within weeks. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Stephanie Forbes from Nathan Adelson Hospice. Specifically today, we're talking about time being very short for the back-to-school drive. There are kids who need the supplies to get back to school. Their families, however, are having hospice care for their loved one, their family member, whatever the situation. Don't want the kids to be forgotten.
Absolutely.
So it's an easy way to help. Whatever way you can contribute to Nathan Adelson Hospice, that would be great. And it's as simple as school supplies right now.
Backpacks and crayons and pencils and notebooks and folders, and my gosh, everything right now, like I said, is on sale at every store imaginable.
I know, and I'm really susceptible to that.
Me too.
In the grocery store, I'm buying notebooks
Oh, yeah.
because they're so inexpensive. And my husband will notice a stack of new notebooks, and he'll go, "What are you going to do with those?" I go, "I don't know, but they were 17 cents each at Target."
That's right. I know.
A lot of sales out there, so you can really make a difference for a kid who's heading back to school, whose family is currently involved with Nathan Adelson Hospice. If you want the information, links and everything on our Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with podcast of the interview. Stephanie Forbes, it's always great having you in.
Thank you.
Always something happening with Nathan Adelson Hospice. Appreciate you joining us today on Talking Solutions.
Thank you so much.